Greg Schiano always preaches the ball is the program. That is especially true for this game. If Rutgers can win the turnover battle, I think they will win this game by imposing the run and winning the turnover battle. The defense needs to come with a few picks or forced fumbles. And Gavin Wimstead, who's yet to throw an interception this year, has been very impressive keeping the ball safe. He cannot throw more than one. Everyone gets one turnover here and there. It's unrealistic to expect Gavin Wimstead to throw no picks throughout the season, but keep it limited. Oh, very important. Even when Rutgers has struggled historically, they've always had a good special teams. Jay Patel could be I was so impressed last week. 3 for 3, 51-yard field goal. They said he didn't have much of a leg, but 51-yard field goal proved the naysayers wrong. And then Flynn Appleby, the punter from down under, he seems to be stepping into Adam Korsak's shoes very well. Obviously, no one can be Adam Korsak, who I would say is a top 5 college punter of all time, but Flynn Appleby is still stepping into Korsak's shoes very well. And yeah, this Rutgers special team is, I know Rashad Rochelle muffed the punt at the end of the Northwestern game, which would have gave them the shutout. But overall, both special teams are going to be very solid. I would expect very few mistakes from either one.
Again, just 35 seconds into this game, Rutgers already has the ball in the red zone. Manungai, the running back. Wimstead takes the snap. It's a handoff at the outside to Manungai. Manungai cuts back to the inside. He's out to the races, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Rutgers takes it early. 6-0. Less than a minute into the game.
How Manungai make a man miss and then do it to him again. Cuts to the outside, back inside, and then back outside again for the touchdown. What a run, and what good blocking by the offensive line and the tight end that seems to be Johnny Langan, I believe, out there too, to give that hole for Manungai to run it. Rutgers will start from their own 25 with 9:29 remaining in the second quarter. And yeah, Alec, what do you think Rutgers needs to do to alleviate these early offensive struggles?
Well, they were trying to establish the run, and it just really wasn't working. They weren't getting any positive yardage, whether it was Brown or Manungai in the game. So we'll have to see how they adjust here. Maybe throw some short, quick passes, get Gavin Wimstead's confidence up. He's only 2 of 5 for 9 yards. Kyle Manungai, 3 carries for 17, although 19 of that was on that touchdown run. He's gone backwards ever since. So we'll have to see what the Rutgers offense and Kirk Shiraka does with his play calling, see if they can get some easy yards here.
Wimstead in the gun. 2 out to his right, 1 out to his left. Manungai right by him on his left. Wimstead. Ready for the play. Claps his hands. Takes out immediate pressure, cornerback blitz, and that's late hit. Flag comes in. That's probably going to be roughing the passer. The pass was attempted to Manungai. It was over his head, but a late hit, and I think Rutgers is about to move 15 yards.
And roughing the passer is the call that's on Keontae Jenkins. The linebacker came screaming off the edge, unblocked. Just got to Gavin Wimstead a little bit late. Looking at the replay, the ball is out.
Yeah, it's
and he
clear.
Tries to pull up, but just not in time. That's kind of an unlucky play as a defender. But Rutgers will absolutely take the free 15 yards after that incomplete pass.
Yeah, that'll help you jolt your offense. But still, the offensive line issues remain. Gavin Wimstead had a total of 1 second to throw there. Had to rush his throwing platform to Manungai. 1st and 10, Wimstead in the gun. 2 out to his left, 1 out to his right. Manungai to his left. Dremel in motion. Wimstead fakes the handoff. Looking to throw to Dremel on a wheel route. Dremel makes the catch. What a catch by Dremel. What a throw by Wimstead in the tight window. And Rutgers is in there in Virginia Tech's territory. They're 35 for a first down.
And that's exactly how you scheme up open yards. Move Dremel around in the formation. The slot receiver, the 6-year former walk-on. And he goes out on a wheel route. And great touch there by Gavin Wimstead. It's something that he struggled with a little bit. Great touch there to just loft it over the defender's head. And a great catch by Dremel on the run. Defender was there as well, and they're cooking right now.
Not an easy throw to squeeze it through the linebacker and safety. Wimstead in the gun, 3 out to his right. Manungai back out to his left. Wimstead motions Dremel again. Now handoff to Manungai, and he'll get a couple yards for 3 potentially, and it'll be 2nd and intermediate there. Not a bad first down play.
Yeah,
after
some of the first down plays where they went backwards, they'll take a few yards there. Looked like it was C.J. McCray, the edge on that tackle. Looked like there was a little bit of a hole for Manungai, but just couldn't find it fast enough. Great job closing it out by Virginia Tech. So now we'll see how Rutgers does here after a quick 3-yard gain.
Rutgers at Virginia Tech's 34, 2nd and 7. Wimstead in the gun, 2 out to his left, Strong out to his right. Wimstead takes a snap. Drops back. Out route to Manungai is a great throw, but dropped by Manungai there. He's not your pass catching back normally. So it showed there, to put it kindly. It was a good pass by Wimsatt. It would have been a 5-yard, 4-yard, maybe even 6-yard completion. But at the end of the day, it'll be a drop and it'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that was a fine throw by. The throw was fine, if not a little bit ahead of him, but Monungai's got to haul that in. We haven't really seen a lot of running backs in the passing game so far, aside from Jashawn Benjamin, who we really haven't seen at all today.
And then Aaron Young, who's most likely back from injury, wasn't on the injury report rather. He is their pass catching back, but wasn't out on that play. Wimsatt in the gun, 3rd and 7. Trips out right. Monungai to his left. Fakes the handoff to Monungai. Then Wimsatt takes it himself. He has a hole. The 20, the 10. Wimsatt, touchdown! Your Rutgers Scarlet Knights on an RPO play, and Rutgers leads 13-3.
Talk about a gutsy play call there. Gavin Wimsatt on the keeper. Moves Dremel over to fool the defenders, and it's a play action to Monungai, and then Gavin Wimsatt just takes it himself. Monungai did a great job as the lead blocker to seal off the linebacker, and Gavin is such a fast, straight line runner, maybe not as great as in the agility department, but he didn't need it there. The entire secondary was out of his way, and he just took it all the way for a touchdown.
Now, Virginia Tech's been rushing with their quarterback, where Rutgers just did one better. Wimsatt, a 37-yard rushing touchdown, and Jay Patel will come on to take the extra point. The snap. The kick is up. Virginia Tech almost got to it, and the kick is good. Rutgers will lead 14-3 on a Wimsatt 37-yard scamper touchdown. What a play there, showing off his speed. When we come back, we'll have Virginia Tech on offense, Rutgers back on defense. Rutgers leading 14-3, 7:50 left in the second quarter here on 88.7 FM or WRCU.org. Welcome back to a beautiful day in Shai Stadium on the lovely Bush campus. I'm Els Gordon, alongside me, Al Crown-Hamos. Rutgers leads 14-3 against Virginia Tech with 7:50 remaining in the second quarter. Wimsatt just had a 37-yard rushing touchdown to expand the Rutgers lead to 11 points. And now, with the kickoff about to happen, Virginia Tech actually had good success with drones in the rushing game that last drive. What do you think they should look for this drive?
Yeah, you know what? It feels like they might need to put a spy out there because Drones is just running so much, whether it's design runs or scrambling out of the pocket when the play breaks down. He's done a great job of running either way. So Rutgers may need to bring a linebacker out of the pass rush and put him in a spy just so they can stay in front of him and see what they can do. Virginia Tech's drive there was 15 plays, 57 yards. So while Virginia Tech was moving down the field, Rutgers did a good job of not breaking, even though they were bending. So we'll see how they respond here, see what kind of adjustments Joe Harris-Simiak and Greg Schiano can make on that defensive front.
And at the end of the day, we did say Virginia Tech had good success against Rutgers' defensive line that last drive, but they only got 3 points, so no harm, no foul. 3 points not ideal, but kickoff from McTamaney is in the air. And another short kick. This has to be in the game plan because McTamaney can easily kick it out every single time, and it's going to be fair catch at the 25 anyway, so nothing changed, but a weird strategy there. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, it is interesting. I wonder if, he's kicking into the wind, so I guess maybe they're worried about him potentially kicking it out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure there because we know McTamaney's leg is really powerful.
But it was a very well-executed squib kick. He sent it right to the up man, the tight end. He wanted no part of that return. So he just fair caught it at about the 25. But yeah, interesting strategy by the special teams. But either way, Virginia Tech still on offense at about the 25.
Virginia Tech's offense at the 25, back on the field, 1st and 10. Drones in the gun. 2 and out to his left. Drones, another RPO scrambling to his left. In coverage, and it is picked off by the Scarlet Knights, and they will say his foot's in bounds. And what a pick from Flip Dixon, the transfer, to get a foot in bounds, and Drones kind of threw it into no man's land, really. There was one Virginia Tech player there, but Flip Dixon came out of nowhere, and they're going to review it there. It's going to be close. Did he get full possession of the ball before he went out of the bounds? Right now, the refs are saying they did. As the clock ticks down, 2:52 left in the second quarter, and the punt team comes on.
For one, I would look out for a fake, obviously, on a 4th and short in this part of the field. And second, it seems like Rutgers, with their reads on the defensive ends, are starting to get a better handle of the game of drones.
Rutgers got to be wary of a fake. The punt, it will be punted. There will be no fake, and not the best pump, goes up in the air, takes a bounce to the 37, and bouncing all the way back to Virginia Tech. Rutgers is 49, excuse me. So a very friendly Rutgers bouncer. Not a great punt to start with, only 40 yards, and then it bounced back an extra 12, and Rutgers will start it from almost midfield, from their 49 to be precise. 2:23 left in the second quarter. They have a chance to do some damage.
Yeah, and right when Moore was about to punt it away, the wind decided to kick up. It definitely helped out Rutgers there. Also the bounce. It bounced a good 10 yards back towards midfield. So Rutgers really has a chance here. They got to take advantage and get to that 2-touchdown lead at the very least before the half. They'll get the ball out of the half. And Greg Schiano, he loves to emphasize the middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the first half, the first 4 minutes of the second half. We'll see what they can do. They have the ball to start the third quarter. Let's see what the strategy is.
At the 50, the ball bounced back 13 yards for Rutgers. You don't really see that often. But as he mentioned, this wind is pretty brutal today. Plenty of time if you manage the clock right. I know some have criticized Schiano's clock management with 2 minutes left, but if you manage the clock right, you got to go 50 yards. Plenty of time here. Any points will really do, though.
Yeah, exactly. Just got to get some points here, and then go into half, regroup, make some adjustments, and then come out of the second half, get a score, see if you can put this game away, and see if your defense can carry the rest of the way.
Yeah, if you're up 21-3 with this defense, I think you're really feeling comfortable going into the half. You're up 17-3, a little comfortable, but not fully. So Rutgers really has a chance to just really take a strong grasp of this game, especially because their offense, I know they have 2 touchdowns, but their offense has really only lived off 2 big plays. Everything else has been 3 and out. Now, that shouldn't take away anything from them, but it's shown they haven't been able to establish a rhythm like they did against Temple Northwestern. Yeah,
thankfully they've managed to get a little bit going on the ground now. Much of that was thanks to Wimsatt's 34-yard touchdown run. They're up to 65 yards on the ground compared to Virginia Tech's 66. Only 99 yards. The real difference is in the air, where Gavin Wimsatt, again, 4 for 9, 34 yards. Had a nice throw on the run to Christian Dremel. Now we'll see if he can continue to build on that and make some easy throws, get the team into field goal range, maybe even more, and then get a score, like we said, going into the half, and then come out with the ball and then score again and see what you can do from there. The middle 8, as Greg Schiano loves to talk about, is going to be the key to maintaining this lead. And
I want to highlight the student section here, too, because as Rutgers says, we got to admit that student section usually empties out by the end of the second quarter. I mean, still, it's somewhat empty, but the middle section is completely packed. The Rutgers fans are here to stay because they're liking the products. So good, encouraging signs for the program overall as Wimsatt will take the ball from the 50. Menungai back in the game. To his left, 2 receivers to his right. Washington to his left out wide. Mashed up against the lane, probably their best cornerback. Wimsatt in the gun. Looking towards the sideline now. Takes the snap. Puts a Dremel in motion, then takes the snap. Fake handoff. Menungai, big block, deep pass there. And it is, the defensive back was draped all over them. Rutgers is looking for a flag. It was incomplete. And that was a bit iffy there. And that could have been a flag. Jaquay Jackson was the receiver that Wimsatt was targeting. Nah, it looked like Jackson just tripped up, actually.
Yeah.
If he didn't trip, that probably was a touchdown.
And that looked like a ball where the wind kind of took it. Mansour Delane had some pretty good coverage once again. But I'm encouraged by that. You know, you need to take the big shots to try and see if you can get something going so Virginia Tech doesn't just stack the box.
Wimsatt now in the gun. Bunch left. Menungai to his right. Takes the snap. Wimsatt on the run. Cuts in to the right. Now back inside. And he'll go down for an 8-yard gain. It'll be a 3rd and short with 2:08 remaining. Now back to that play, that deep attempt. On the replay board, it looked like Jackson actually tripped up. And he probably would have caught it if he didn't trip up. So a little unlucky there for Rutgers, but it'll be 3rd and 2 from the 42. 150 remaining now. Rutgers has to be careful of the clock. You have time, but you can't take all the time. Wimsatt in the gun, 3 out, trips left, excuse me. Menungai to his right. Wimsatt takes a snap. Wimsatt will actually keep an RPO. That fooled me for a second. That'll be a 1st down, 6-yard gain Now Rutgers at the 36, minute 26 left. And this is where you got to start. Well, you do have 3 timeouts, so you can actually take more of your time, but you definitely want to have some urgency.
And that was that same exact play on third down that they ran on the Wimsatt touchdown. Why not run it again on third down? You have Dremel move over as an extra blocker and then have Monungai as the lead.
1st and 10 from the 37. Wimsatt in the gun. 2 out to his left, 1 out to his right. Wimsatt takes the snap. This time it's a handoff to Monungai. Monungai able to get a little gain for 3-4 yards. And you got to start passing now. You're under a minute. See if Greg Schiano calls a timeout. He has 3. I'm kind of shocked he's not using one now. 50 seconds left. Rutgers not really in a hurry either. 2nd and 6 from the 33. 45 seconds left now. Wimsatt in the gun. 2 out to his left, 1 out to his right. Same formation as last play. Wimsatt takes the snap. Drops back. 3-step drop back. Immediate pressure. Dumps it off and is dropped by Monungai. 29 seconds left. 3rd and 6. That was just poor execution there. They wasted 25 seconds. Had no idea what play to use. And Monungai, is Monungai down? It seems to be down.
It looks like it. He took a pretty big hit after he dropped that ball. Hope he's okay. Not really sure what happened. Looking on the replay, couldn't really tell. But yeah, that was not. Even if Monungai had caught that, he probably would not have gone anywhere. The 2 defenders were right in his face.
Yeah, it kind of got jolted in the neck area there by Virginia Tech, by Strong, it looks like. And he's down as getting assistance as Rutgers goes back into the huddle. And yeah, I don't understand why when you use a timeout and drop a better play there. You have 3. I truly don't understand the thing there, because now you have 29 seconds left. It's still 3rd and 6, and you're at the 33.
Yeah, assuming that Greg Schiano was going to use the timeout after that play if Monungai had caught it, as it looks like he's up on his own power walking off the field. That's good to see. I wasn't really sure what the strategy was going to be there. I would have either thrown it out to the sideline, which is what they were trying to do with Wimsatt rolling out, or used a timeout before that play, set yourself up, and then you still have 2 timeouts, take a couple shots to the end zone, and go from there. They're still in field goal range, but again, with the wind, you never want to say for sure.
And Virginia Tech will take the timeout. I don't know. I think 50-yard field goal in this win is a bit ambitious, even for a kick like Jay Patel. If he would hypothetically hit that kick in this win, I would be extremely impressed here. But yeah, I just think that was again, they talked about Greg Schiano's struggle sometimes with a 2-minute warning clock management. I think that's an example right there. You had 50 seconds and all to play for. Now you're kind of squeezed on time.
Yeah, you only have 30 seconds now, and it is a 3rd down, so we'll see whether they try to run the ball and take even more time off the clock to set up a field goal, or try to go for the 1st down through the air. I'm very interested to see what the play call will look like here, as, yeah, looking at the stats, it's been a complete flip of the first 2 weeks. Virginia Tech has 20 minutes of time on the time of possession. Rutgers only 10. They're getting doubled up, which has been the complete opposite of what has happened in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, and now Wimsatt back, the whole Rutgers offense back. Wimsatt in the gun. 2 out to his left. Jackson out to his right, being covered by Delane. Brown enters the game from Monungai to his right. Wimsatt takes the snap. Looks like he'll go on the run. Wimsatt cutting inside, and I think that'll be enough for the 1st down. It will be close. And Schiano will call a timeout as well, as also Virginia Tech player is down. And he's struggling to get back up. As another timeout will be taken. I think Schiano took the timeout before the injury, though, so it'll be Rutgers' timeout, most likely.
They're really finding success with just getting Wimsatt in the shotgun and telling him to run. Getting some good blocks as well. Isaiah Washington had a good block. Sam Brown had a pretty good block. And it seems like when they're putting guys in the backfield to have a lead blocker for Wimsatt, and Wimsatt can just run straight ahead through those blockers, he's having some really great success so far.
Yeah, and it was a 1st 10, a 9-yard run officially. Now they're knocking on the red zone at the 25 with 23 seconds left. So with 2 timeouts, the whole field's open. You can go for a little slant route, and I know that Wimsatt struggled with throwing slant routes, or you could go take a couple deep shots here. It's a 43-ish yard field goal. That's doable for Jay Patel, so you're a lot more freedom now.
And it looked like Jalen Stroman, the free safety, was the Hokie that was down. He's walking off to the sideline under his own power. That's definitely good to see.
Good to see now. Wimsatt in the gun, Brown to his right. Trips out left with Brown back. It seems like Benjamin is getting more of a backup role here. Just something interesting. And Young hasn't seen game action. Dremel in motion. Wimsatt fakes the handoff. Now he breaks the tackle, and he's going to get hit pretty hard, though. He will gain 8 yards, and another timeout will be taken by Shiano. That play did take 13 seconds. So now there's only 12 seconds left. But impressive play by Wimsatt there, who broke a tackle, bounced out to his left, and was able to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, but here's where I worry with these kinds of things. Wimsatt's got to know when to slide and give himself up on that play. A great effort to get extra yards, but he took a kind of an unnecessary hit there. That's the one thing I worry about, but as long as he's up and running, he's always a threat to go, just like there. 2 straight plays on the keeper for Wimsatt. He's had some great success. He's leading the team in rushing. 7 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown, actually leading the entire game. He has more rushing yards on the day than the entirety of the Virginia Tech offense.
Yeah, he's been fantastic on the ground. 2nd and 3 from the 19. Using the time, you probably got 1 deep shot right here, most likely to Jackson or Washington, who's your taller players. And then you're going to probably kick a field goal if that doesn't work here. Wimsatt, 2nd and 3, 12 seconds left. 2 out, Wimsatt's 2 receivers out to his left, 1 out to his right, to his right. Wimsatt in the gun. 12 seconds of the second quarter. Rutgers leads 14-3. Wimsatt takes the snap. 3-step drop back. Deep 50-50 ball for Washington. And it's a flag, not caught, but there's a flag thrown on the field, potentially PI.
Yeah,
that would set up Rutgers at the 2-yard line with 7 seconds left.
He was looking for Ian Strong on that one. First time we've seen him all day, all game since that opening game against Northwestern. And it looks like the DB got a lot of jersey there.
Yeah, that is 100% of defensive PI. I mean, Ian's great throw by Wimsatt right outside, right where you want to pass it to Ian Strong, and that is 100% a DPI. And great play there by Wimsatt in the offense, because if it wasn't DPI, Strong was catching that. So that's textbook. Rutgers now have 7 seconds left. Interesting what play call they'll have here. They do have a timeout at Virginia Tech's 4. You can have 1 play and then you have the field goal. The play has to be quick. Wimsatt can take the sack because Shiano does have a timeout. Wimsatt in the gun, bunches to his right. Virginia Tech will call a timeout here to discuss it over. A crucial play, 4 yards out. With 7 seconds left, what I would do, I'm no head coach, but I would do is I'd put Wimsatt on the run to his right, it's working, and have him decide if he wants to throw or just dive in.
That's what I would do too, honestly, because like you said, Virginia Tech has not been able to stop it, and there's less field for Virginia Tech to cover, and it gives Wimsatt, it sounds like a bit of a contradiction, but it gives him more room to run between the tackles. Either that or I would have him in motion regardless.
Yes.
Put him on some kind of rollout, see if he can find someone in the corner of the end zone. And going back to that pass interference, I love the decision to target Ian Strong there. He's already shown as a true freshman, he's been able to go up and get the ball. He's only has, I believe, 1 career catch, or 2 career catches, exactly. So I love the decision because he had the outside leverage. Send him on a go ball, see what Wimsatt can do. It was actually pretty good placement, and obviously it worked out with the penalty. And I love that decision. So we'll see what they do here with 1 timeout remaining.
We'll be very curious to see what they do here. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. 7 seconds left in the second quarter. Rutgers looking for a buzzer beater touchdown. Wimsatt in the gun. Trips out right. Brown out to his left. Wimsatt motioning Strong. Takes the snap. Wimsatt, 3-step drop back. Out route, and that is a touchdown for Rutgers. Great play design from Kirk Sriracha and Greg Shiano for Christian Dremel, who gets the touchdown. He has been very good so far. Already has a 30-yard catch, and he'll just sneak into the corner of the end zone on a nice little out route to the sideline. What a play and throw for Wimsatt with 4 seconds left in the second quarter, and Rutgers leads 20-3. But they'll be reviewing it, but that is clearly a touchdown.
It looks like a touchdown, but yeah, they're going to review. It's definitely close. That's got to be a touchdown.
No, it's not even close, to be honest. That's a touchdown.
Dremel's foot is in. The ball is over the pylon. That's definitely a touchdown. I don't blame him for looking at it because it is very close. But talk about what a game for Christian Dremel on the day. 3 catches for 35 yards and a touchdown. And it looks like the call in the field is actually they're going to call him down short of the line. So I don't know about that one. Yeah, it looks like
It looks like they called touchdown at first,
but then the officials conferred and said he was short of the goal line.
He has a full foot in the goal line.
I believe the rule is the ball has to cross the pylon, but it looks like the ball
is clearly across the pylon.
The ball is over the pylon, and the pylon counts as the end zone, so that should be a touchdown.
Yeah,
it looks like they should be looking at it right now.
To be honest, Alec, that doesn't seem close to me. He had 1 foot in the end zone, ball in his hand over the pylon. That's your classic tiptoe touchdown in the corner. Well, not the back corner, but the front corner of the end zone.
His foot is in.
Touchdown. That's touchdown.
I'm not really sure what the officials saw there. I'm sure they're looking at it right now with the replay offices. You can see Coach Schiano in the replay throwing his hands in the air.
I didn't know Greg Schiano could get up that high.
And they better uphold this call, because very rarely will you see Schiano show positive emotion like that on the sideline. So you don't want it to go to waste on a play that ended up not being a touchdown. But I don't really know what they're looking at here, because his foot is in the end zone. The ball is directly over the pylon, which means it is a touchdown anyways. I don't know how they could possibly keep this out of the end zone.
Assuming that's a touchdown, what a play call from Kirk Sriracha. We've really missed a great offensive coordinator here on the Banks. We wouldn't have seen that in years past. We really wouldn't have. That was just a quick short play. Wimsatt, 3-step drop back, strike to Dremel, who's running a out route, and still no signal here for a touchdown. I am baffled. I am baffled.
And if they look at... All right, well, the officials are breaking the huddle, so we'll see what the call actually is. There it is.
Christian Dremel tiptoes his way to the front corner of the end zone and wakes up the Rutgers crowd for a 20 to give Rutgers 20 points and a touchdown as Jay Patel goes on for the extra point. (20-3) Rutgers here. Jay Patel looking to make it 21-3. Buck getting ready for the kick. The snap. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. And Rutgers lead 21-3 with 4 seconds left in the second quarter.
Checks over the formation. Moves Washington over, takes the snap. It's a handoff to Menungai up the middle. Bounces outside. He's got an open field in front of him. He's being chased. There's nobody in front of him. And he will get to the 10 to the 5. Nobody's going to catch him. It's a touchdown. Kyle Menungai, 52 yards, and Rutgers gets much-needed points.
That was a blown run defense from Virginia Tech. They faked the handoff on the jet sweep. Every person on Virginia Tech's defense was fooled, went to the left, but Menungai had the ball to his right. No one was there, and that is another touchdown for Menungai.